Ladies and gents, boys and girls, happy Wednesday, happy hump day. Hope you're all doing well. Wednesday, January the 19th, 2022. Appreciate you all tuning in, taking your questions, your comments, your calls. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. We got a lot to get into, a lot to discuss here on this Wednesday. And again, guys, of course, I do want to hear from you. I don't know if things are glitching on my end or what the deal is, but I log on. We do not have a single comment right now in the chat. Gamecocks basketball has officially broken South Carolina fans because there's not a single there's one right there. Jay Smith, the lone comment in the comment section. Are fans that upset that I said fire Frank Martin? Nobody has commented. Unbelievable. Unreal. Either way, hey, I'm going to do the damn thing. We'll roll here on a Wednesday. Taking your questions, comments, calls, those who do want to call in. Again, of course, I'm Chris Phillips, your host of the Daily Crow of the Spurs Up Show as always. Yeah, again, I literally cannot tell you. I cannot tell you the last time we hit noon and there wasn't a single comment in the chat. So, I don't know, man. I guess Gamecock fans are truly just down and out today. South Carolina fans totally checked out on Gamecocks athletics due to the events that happened last night. There we go. Braddock, Luke RJ, Skyland, Justin Langford. Yeah, nobody wanted to comment. Nobody wanted to be the first one today. I don't know. Either way, guys, we're taking your questions, comments, everything. We got a lot to get into. Also, for the Big Cock Club Discord, head over to the TDC Questions channel. The TDC Questions channel. Be sure your questions are answered. Also, Shane Beamer this morning tweeting out a welcome home. So, looks like the Gamecocks have picked up a new commitment. Tyler Gay, what's going on? Appreciate you all tuning in. Again, appreciate it. Like I said, I don't remember the last time we got going at noon. I know it's, you guys are getting back in the swing of things in the office, the 9 to 5, getting back after it, all that good stuff. But, hey, we're here, man. We're doing the damn thing. Hey, we're doing it. We're doing it on you could call this a bit of a therapy Wednesday if you like. I don't know, at this point, it's just kind of become second nature, if you will. But, yeah, either way, guys, again, we got a lot to get into. Before we do, though, I want to tell you about our friends over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm, because the Daily Crow is presented to you by our friends at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm. Guys, are young but experienced and aggressive attorneys. They're both former prosecutors who used to represent insurance companies, but switching sides. They both worked at larger law firms where they represented hundreds of clients at a time. And guys, they both left to start their own law firm because they understand you're not just a line item or a number. You're a real human being, and you should be treated as such. They're a small boutique law firm that treats their clients like family. Guys are going to know who you are and treat you like a client and not a number. They handle injury cases that arise from car accidents and work accidents. Guys, do not try to take on the insurance company yourself. Been involved in any type of action, no matter what it might be, the last thing that you should be dealing with, worried about, is paperwork, the insurance company. Let the experts over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm handle it for you. They use latest technology to make representation efficient yet effective. Again, guys, let them take care of everything for you. You don't even pay them unless they recover money for you. Rami's in Columbia, Curtis in Charleston. They handle cases statewide. They also offer virtual or in-person consultations at no charge. Guys, give them a call today in Columbia, 803-973-0304, or in their Somerville location, 843-388-3368, or of course your one-stop shop, their website, dsinjurylaw.com. That is dsinjurylaw.com for more information. Again, guys, they're friends over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm. Be sure to check them out and tell them that Chris from the Spurs Up Show sent you. Twan Love Kicks, what's going on? Michael Cavalier says basketball's at an all-time low in terms of who cares. Indeed, Michael, I get that. But like I said, I don't remember the last time I started up this show and there wasn't a single comment. We didn't have a comment today till noon. Normally people are commenting, a couple minutes before. I don't know. Hey, people are still asleep, I guess, on this Wednesday, whatever. Guys, again, appreciate you all tuning in. I got a fantastic show today. Fantastic podcast, episode 580. Also, we got an exciting day, though. Live tonight at Tin Roof, 5 to 7. Also, new merch on the store. I have not dropped a graphic or promo or anything like that, but new merch. The Gilly Gilly merch is officially live. the John Gilreath Gilly Gilly merch. So again, if you want to support John Gilreath, a Gamecock student athlete, go do that. Go purchase the merch. Go rock it at Founders Park. Also, we've got new pieces in regards to Yardcocks baseball, Rowdy Roosters, Heckle Juice, new T-shirts, all that good stuff. Rowdy Rooster flag. So again, all your baseball merchandise is live, and I'll be adding pieces as we go through as well. And of course, guys, all your Beamer Rattler merch, QB1, Beamer Ball, all that good stuff. So again, be sure to check us out, tsus.store. That's tsus.store. Luke Boyd says, who's the new commit from the morning? Honestly, I don't know. There's been rumor of maybe it's another transfer portal player. I don't know, Luke. I'd be speculating. I'd be spitballing. We've been talking about that a little bit in the Big Cock Club Discord. If you want to join that, patreon.com/Big Cock Club. But, it's really all speculation right now. Nobody really knows. So it's kind of where we are. Let's see. John Kruger says, Frank got to go in all caps, John. I know where you sit, John. I know where you sit, John. Justin Langford says, great to see our coach Beamer won the old ball coach's first year coach of the year award. Yeah, I hate that it was co. I just don't get the point of handing out awards if you're going to make them co-awards, but whatever. Justin says, hashtag fire Frank time. Yeah, Justin, I've gone on record since Saturday. And again, the fact, I'll tell you this too. The fact that people, not just me, but that people have to go, it's nothing personal. And I don't dislike him as a person. Like, no shit. It's business. This is all business. I'm Fire Frank Martin. It's time. It's time. Again, as it says right there, don't cry because it's over. Just smile because it happened, because it is over. It is over. We're going to go through this thing game by game by game. And, we're going to win some games. There's no question. We might win Saturday. We played Georgia. They're not very good. We might win Saturday. But the Frank Martin era is over. It's over. It is over. And for some people, there's going to be different breaking points. I think for a lot of folks last night, that was the breaking point. That was the breaking point. Up by 7 at halftime. And I feel bad for a lot of Gamecock fans because yours truly, I see things black and white. I almost expected what happened in the second half to happen. But I know there's many of you out there that are eternal optimists that, are ride or die with the Gamecocks, obviously, but are eternal optimists and thought maybe, just maybe, this is where we turn the corner and get things back on track. And then to lose the way you did, outscored 42-19 in the second half, I think that broke a lot of people. I think that's the straw that broke the camel's back for a lot of folks, and it's over. I think it's over. I think it's over for most of us. It's over. That's it. And again, don't cry because it's over. Just smile because it happened. Because, hey, it's been a fun 10 years. The Final Four was fun, but it's over. It's over. That's it. Bottom line, point blank, in the story, it's over. And there's nothing Joe Anders or Jimmy Slapdick or whatever their names were can say. It's over. It's over. I love when I see the people comment, by the way, on YouTube, rival fans. I saw some guy yesterday comment and said, oh, this guy starts calling somebody a slapdick anytime somebody disagrees with him. No, that's not what it is. It's like you haven't been tuning in very often if that's what you draw when we call someone a slapdick. You have to understand that's sort of our verbiage here. Hey, slapdick of the weekend will be back this year, by the way, for baseball. Slapdick of the weekend will be back. Absolutely. Justin says, we gave them 38 points on 18 turnovers at 2 points each. If we score 40 in the second half, we win. Well, Justin, if your aunt had balls, she'd be your uncle. So what difference does it make? What difference does it make, Justin? If. That's like saying, well, if we had better players, we would win. Well, no shit. No shit. If we score more points than the team, we'll win the game. That's my prediction. I mean, no shit, man. No shit. I mean, you play the game. You can't play. You can't live in hypotheticals that way. Again, if it was a one-off, if we hadn't turned the ball over all season and that was a one-off, then you could say that, right? Then you could say that. But we've been doing that every game. That's who we are. Turning the ball over, being inconsistent, shooting ourselves in the foot. That's who we are. Getting outshot at the free throw line, that's who we are. Yeah, Austin, if we score 31 points, we beat Clemson in football. Yeah, I mean, just my brain is melting. Like, yeah, no kidding. No kidding. You know what's funny, man? We actually ran an article last year. We ran an article last year about top candidates for the Gamecocks coaching job, and people got very upset. I mean, there were still people last year that were defending Frank Martin to a fault, which I get it, man. COVID season. If you didn't want to move on, I wasn't ready to pull the trigger. But yeah, we wrote an article last year. My guy Josh Matthews wrote the article, and it was his two candidates were Alex English and Jerrance Howard. I don't know. I haven't really sat down. I haven't sat down to look at what candidates are available and whatever, but it's over. It's over. It's okay. It's okay. Excuse me. Again, it's don't cry because it's over. Just smile because it happened, but it's over. It's over. It's over. So there's no ifs, ands, or buts. No needs to convince people. It's the Frank Martin era in Columbia is officially over. Keith Martin should do like Spurrier and admit he is just not doing the job and leave. Yeah, I definitely don't see Frank doing that. Somebody says, as much as I hate it, you're right. Frank Martin has to go. I mean, again, man, it's business. It's business. Again, you shouldn't have to say when you're in my position or just anybody. When you go on record, because I tweeted last night, #fire Frank Martin after the game, and it's, more eyeballs see it then than, even me doing the podcast or what have you. But, you shouldn't have to say, oh, it's nothing personal. I mean, he's a good guy. I don't give a damn if he's a slapdick. I don't care. I don't care. Of course it's not personal. It's business. You're judged off of wins and losses. We can talk about graduation rate. We can talk about how much Sindarius Thornwell likes you. We can talk about whatever. We can talk about how many boys you've turned them in. But that's not why you're employed. You're employed to win games. You can go turn boys into men at a D2 school in high school. So, it's about winning. And, I don't, it's just not happening enough. It's just not happening enough. So, program needs new life. It needs a shot in the arm, man. Austin Gersh is the Daily Crow in the last week or so gives me 2019 to 2020 football vibes. Well, I mean, would you argue? Listen, the program's in a very similar spot, in a way. It's in a very similar spot. Again, I would ask you, Austin, and everybody else. I don't think I'm coming at I'm not coming at Martin with nearly the same vitriol I came at, Muschamp. Not nearly. Again, we all appreciate, at least I do, and I said it last night after the game. Hey, tip your cap. One of the best decades, and I know people will scoff at it, but our history is terrible. One of the best decades in Gamecocks basketball history. Appreciate it. Really, I do. I appreciate the hell out of it. I appreciate the hell out of Frank Martin, but when it's run its course, it's run its course. It's over. It's over. Jeremy Gauntz, what's up, man? Appreciate you. What's up? Anyways, we don't have to talk basketball if you don't want. I mean, we all saw it. We all watched it. I really honestly did have a bad feeling after the first half. So I did have a bad feeling. It just. Key says to win consistently the big three, you have to spend money. Are we willing to spend what it takes to win? Yeah. I mean, indeed, Keith. Yeah, for sure. For sure. No doubt. Royal Birdman says mediocrity can't be settled for. Yeah, Royal, I'm literally calling for a change. Yeah. Savannah, I have heard that. That's rumor on the street is that it could be Lovasea Carroll joining the Gamecocks. Again, I'm not 110% sure. That's just the rumor we've heard. Could be, though. Could be. Is he going to play running back? That's the question. Or is he going to play What is he going to play? I don't even like. I know he was kind of all over the place. I don't know. Was he a DB actually? I mean, he didn't really play for them, so didn't play for Georgia. Let's see. John says, I couldn't even get into the game last night because I knew we'd choke it away and play like shit in the second half. Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, I was hoping that my gut feeling would be wrong, but it just, I don't know, it just felt like it was setting up for what we, and I mean, you knew Arkansas wasn't just going to go away. They weren't going to fold. They weren't going to give up at home, a game they desperately needed. But man, I mean, for that game to go the way it did, I mean, 42-19 to get outscored in the second half. It's just brutal. Absolutely brutal. So, yeah, I mean, you got a chance on Saturday. Georgia's 0-4 in the conference, 5-12 overall. So you should win that game. I'll tell you what, if last night didn't break you, if the Gamecocks lose Saturday, you might as well just cancel the rest of the season. Sean Wells, yes, I will be at the game Saturday. Yes. Daddy-O, where does Ray go to find a coach? Does he spend the money buying an accomplished coach or an up-and-coming coach? You know, Daddy-O, I don't mind if you want to get an up-and-comer. I mean, why not find the Shane Beamer for basketball? Savannah Webster, Dawn Staley's the highest paid women's coach, so I think that shows we'll spend money for the right person. Yeah, for sure, yeah. Dawn Staley worth every penny. Worth every penny. Absolutely. Yeah, and I think that's what's tough too, is for whoever coaches our men's team. It's just you got Dawn Staley next to you, who's number 1 in the country. So good luck. Good luck. Yep. Expectations are there. So John Kruger says, Chris, thank God for Shane Beamer, Mark Kingston, and Dawn Staley. Indeed. Brantley Wright says, Beamer ball to the moon. Beamer ball to the moon. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Beamer ball to the moon. Yeah, these are fire, by the way. These are the white, in case you didn't know we even had these available, the white trucker hats that we've got on the store. Yep. White trucker hats. Pretty fire. These turned out good. These turned out very good. Yeah, Noah Johns, I would agree. I would agree that Devin Carter's got to start the rest of the year. He's electric. Devin Carter's electric. Absolutely electric. So, I don't know though, guys. I mean, listen. Here's the thing. I'm not going anywhere in regards to basketball. I'm not going to just like, we're just not going to watch basketball or talk basketball anymore. Number one, it's content. Number two, I care. Like I really care. I want basketball to be good. And I tell you what, if we all sat through last season, we can sit through this season. So, I will say it gets harder to talk about the basketball team because what is there really to say? It's the same thing over and over again. And I'm not going to spend 20 minutes on a podcast. I'm not going to spend 20 minutes on a podcast just repeating myself saying fire Frank Martin. I mean, we all understand what has to happen at this point. We all understand what needs to happen. So we've played 5 SEC games. There's 13 left. So again, I guess that's just why I keep saying thank God that opening day is right around the corner. So, I mean, it's tough. It's tough. Really, really tough. Maddox Free, what's going on? Let's see. Here's I'm so glad he commented. Adam Ritter says, do the players care? Do the players care? Ritter, I'm so glad you commented because I've seen you saying this on social media, and anybody else that says this on social media. To insinuate the players don't care or that we're not trying to win is a bad take. It's not a questionable take. It's not a controversial take. It's a bad take. Listen, I'm not happy either. We all know what needs to happen in regards to a change, but to insinuate the players don't care or that Frank Martin doesn't want to win, that's an absurd, ridiculous take. It's ridiculous. So if you want to critique the basketball team, critique Frank Martin, call for his job, so be it, but it's a ridiculous take. I don't know why. I don't understand why some fans, their go-to take is, like, it happens across all sports. Baseball, basketball, football. The guys just weren't trying. They weren't trying. Like, what are you talking about? Do you really think they put in all that work to go out there and not try? I promise you they're trying. They want to win worse than you do, believe it or not. Matt Sellers, what baseball scrimmage is scheduled and they open to the public? Excuse me. Baseball scrimmage schedule open to the public. They have not dropped that yet. Trust me, I'm waiting just like you are. I am waiting just like you are. I don't know when they're going to drop a scrimmage schedule. I wish they would. I'd love to plan for that, but they have not. Justin Langford, the future looks bleak with Frank. No, it just doesn't look like anything.
From
Derek.
There we go. Derek, what's up, man? How are you?
Hey, good, brother. Thank you for taking my call. I want to speak on Frank Martin here for just a few minutes here. I really think Frank Martin is a good coach. I really do. Maybe his time has run out in South Carolina the way it's looking. But I remember one time when they had the Final Four run, which he always talks about. And he said the one thing that South Carolina needed to do, athletic department program, is they needed to capitalize on that. Now, I'm not sure if South Carolina gave him a bigger budget in order to capitalize on that bit of success that we had at the Final Four run. So I'm not sure. But the one thing I will say is that when you look at his staff, we don't have anybody. We have a bunch of old guys on that staff trying to recruit these young kids, these teenage kids. The best that they're able to do is maybe get a 3-star athlete, if that, or we got to go to Canada to find some players or international. But we don't have what I don't think we don't have what we need as far as the tools that are in place to find the best recruits possible. For instance, if you take Jolette Law, that's on Don Staley's staff, Jolette Law is considered one of the best recruiters in the entire country. And if Frank had somebody like that, if the athletics department would have given him a bigger budget, if they did, we're not sure. But if they would have gave him a bigger budget, maybe things would have turned around. But the problem is that I see is that he's working with whatever it is that he's working with. I hate to see him go, but you know there is a reason why we're not winning games. There's a reason why we can't lock down the state of South Carolina, backyard of Columbia, being able to get players to commit to the University of South Carolina. Maybe it's because of the tactics or whatever it is that's going on. And I just feel like him just being an X and O's coach, I get it. But if we take a picture of take a look at the staff as a whole, of seeing what Frank is having to deal with, that's a major issue that I believe that we're having. And if we go a new route, we need to bring in somebody that's young, that's energetic, that, hey, the most important person besides the coach is the recruiter, like a Jolette Law. Jolette Law is, like I said, she's considered one of the best recruiters in the entire country. Why can't we have that? We only need just one. And I take it off the line and listen to what you got to say. Have a good day, brother.
Thank you, man. Appreciate the call. Yeah, good stuff. That was a great call. No, a lot of great perspective. Again, I definitely think the recruiting aspect is something you got to talk about more. Even lock down the state. I mean, you haven't even been able to keep any big time prospects. It feels like, at least. So, you know, and I will say this. I will say this. One of the reasons I waited so long to bring up Frank Martin and start calling for a change is I don't think it's all on him. I think there's a lack of commitment to winning when it comes to South Carolina basketball. Like, how much of a priority is basketball program? How much of a priority is it? You know what I mean? How much of a priority is basketball? I just don't know that it's a major priority. I could be wrong, but it doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel like it. So maybe it's a priority in women's. I don't know. You know, and that's something that's kind of confused me before as well, is that women, they have the FAMs and they have this and they have that, and they're talking about, you know, they're doing all these marketing campaigns. Why do men have nothing? I mean, you know, I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. So anyways, Sean Wells asked, switching gears a little bit, how many 10 or more homer guys do the baseball team have? Tough to say right now, Sean, more than one. You know, I think you look at guys right now at the top of my head. Andrew Eister, I think, is a candidate. I think Kevin Madden, the transfer from Virginia Tech, is a candidate. Brant Belt, the transfer from Mizzou, is a candidate. Josiah Seitler's a candidate. Wimmer's a candidate. Outside of that, I mean, outside of that, I'm not sure. But, you know, you're still going to have some pop. Don't get it twisted. You'll have some pop. I know we've been talking about a lot more station to station, and I'm not even sure it's going to be small ball. Like, I think when you say small ball, most people think of bunting and hit and runs. And, you know, I think there's going to be more of that, but I don't think you're all of a sudden just going to go from, you know, solely basically relying on power to all you do is bunt and everything. You're still going to have pop. I think it's just going to be more productivity. That's the big thing. Being tough, competitive outs. It's not about eliminating the home run. It's just accompanying the power. You're going to run into home runs, especially at Founders Park. You're going to hit your fair share. Like, the wind blows out of that place, and, you know, you got big, strong guys. You're going to run into homers, but it's about being more competitive when you make outs. Put the ball in play. My God. You can't strike out as much as you did last year. You can't, in key situations, strike out. I mean, that was, to me, the biggest problem. And Robbie Davis, bring him up. He talked about it. He's talked about it over the last couple of days. Is you got guys in scoring position, and I mean, you get guys on second or third with no outs, one out, and you can't get them in. That can't happen. You know, I think back to LSU specifically, that game one. I think you started off the game with a triple or something like that. Nobody out, man on third, and you can't get him in. That just cannot happen. So that's got to improve. That's got to get better. And again, I think the additions, we got a 30 days till opening day. We're going to break all that down, I promise you. Tomorrow's show, we will talk relievers. I'll break down the relievers in depth. And then next week, we'll start diving into the position players. I don't know which position I normally start with. Probably catcher. We'll probably go catcher, around the diamond, and then outfield the week of opening day. So can't wait, guys. Really looking forward to it. Again, I'm just giddy to see them drop the scrimmage schedule.
Call from
Robbie Davis, a.k.a. Kirk Herbstreit.
Right on cue. Here we go.
To accept, press 1.
Robbie, what's going on, my friend? How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I just finished my bowl of oatmeal about an hour before the show came on.
Love that.
Dude, I love me some oatmeal. But after last night, I felt like I was watching a mixture of two different movies. You ready for this? The first half was a great, like awesome movie. You're like, it's great. Then you're watching like a really crappy horror movie where you're halfway through the movie and you go through the end of the movie in your head before the movie's over, and you're like, oh crap, this is what's going to happen. And that is exactly what happened. Great movie in the first half, very crappy, scary movie in the second half. That's exactly what it was.
You could say that the first half was like The Sandlot, and the second half was like The Sandlot 2. That's a good way to put it.
Hey, yeah, that's a very good analogy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because The Sandlot is a classic, and if you have not seen it and you're in the live chat, you need to watch it. It's a really great movie, but do not watch number 2. Number 2 sucks.
yeah. There's a lot of great movies out there that sequels should have never been made. So I get what you're saying. I'm following you.
Like for instance, the first Free Willy movie, it was great, but the second one, no.
I got to be honest. I don't think I've
never made a
ever
second.
seen the second Free Willy, and I haven't seen Free Willy since I was like 10 years old. So
I actually watched it recently. But anyways, like I've said before, don't get me wrong, we played great in the first half. Like I said, we played great in the first half. Played like straight hot garbage in the second half. Hot garbage. I have watched my brother's church league team play better defense than what we played last night. It was awful.
yeah, it was tough. Yeah, it was tough, man. I mean, it's more of the same, but I hate to say it. I wasn't totally shocked what happened in the second half. I had a bad feeling in my stomach that I figured Arkansas was going to make a comeback at home. They couldn't afford to lose to us, but the way it happened, I mean, we didn't just, we didn't just lose. We crumbled. So I don't know what was said at halftime. God, I wish they didn't say it. I don't know what was said at halftime, but yeah, just truly a tale of two halves. Just a tale of two halves.
Yeah, I mean, it was rough.
So are you? I forget, Robbie. I think you said it already, but forgive me if I missed it. You're ready to part ways with Frank Martin, I believe. Correct or no?
Yes, I am to that point that I am ready to give him his pink slip and say, "Don't let the door hit you with a good load. Let's just get out of here." We're paying you millions of dollars to put a winning product on the floor, and you can't even do that. Like you and me both have said before, if you don't get the job done, guess what? You're probably going to get fired. Okay? And outside of 2017, we ain't done. We weren't even able to capitalize off of that the following year, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, trust me, I hate saying it, but it's the truth. It is time for Frank Martin to go.
Yeah. I mean, when it's run its course, man. And it helps nobody to hang on. It only hurts both parties in the end. So this is a black and white situation. This isn't a gray area situation. And, I've said it before, USC's biggest problem is if you bring Frank Martin back, you're just telling your fan base you really don't give a damn about basketball, and good luck putting any butts in the seats at CLA.
And I don't know what they think, but if I was the AD anywhere, okay, I want every single sport to thrive, not just one specific sport. But yes, are there sports that draw more revenues than others? Yes. But do I still want all the sports to thrive? Absolutely, I would. I don't care if it's swimming. Freaking, if they had a croquet team, I don't care. I want everybody to thrive. Because if everybody's thriving, that means everybody is succeeding.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, the men's basketball team is not succeeding. I feel like outside of course, the softball team, every other sport is succeeding except for basketball. I mean, for God's sakes, our equestrian team is pretty freaking good.
Yeah. Yep, for sure, man. Again, it's yeah. I mean, what else is there to say? It's just the program's dead, and we got to change something. The program's dead. Nobody cares anymore. talking about basketball falls on deaf ears. You know, again, people being upset and angry and mad, and that's not the worst case scenario. Apathy is, and I said this before last night, but certainly now, how many fans are constructing their weekend around that Georgia series or Georgia game on Saturday? I doubt many. I would be shocked if there's more than 6,000 people in there Saturday. I mean, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them, man. I don't blame them.
All right.
So.
Exactly. Like, it's crazy that we went from rock bottom, hitting the Final Four, and then now we're back at rock bottom. Nothing changed after the Final Four. The recruiting didn't change. We weren't bringing in the top guys. Along with, I truly do believe that the way Frank Martin coaches does not work anymore. Because as I was watching the game last night, whenever he took Carter out at one point in the game, I can't remember exactly when. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I'm here, Robbie. Letting you go.
Okay. So, like, he was yelling at him. I'm like, these guys probably don't like being yelled at 24/7. You know?
Right.
So, like, I was thinking to myself, what's Carter thinking with him being yelled at? You know? I'm like, there's only so much you can do on a basketball court. Or any sport for that matter. There's only so much you can do. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And I just think that if it ain't there yet, it's on the verge of the player. Obviously, the players care; they want to win. But as far as Frank Martin being the coach, I think they've gotten to the point where they don't
Yeah, I mean,
You know?
I think the guys, they're playing for Martin. They like Martin, but I mean, and I think they're all trying to win. It's just, I don't know. There's a disconnect. We said the same thing about Muschamp. There's a disconnect, and it's just not happening.
Right.
And
there's a
so you can't hold on forever. You gotta do something. Hey, if you're not willing to make a change and take a risk, then guess what? You don't come upon a beamer. So you don't come upon a beamer. And I mean, imagine if Muschamp would have gotten another year. Good God. So, Robbie,
Lord.
yeah,
There'd be probably people with pitchforks all over the place.
I know. Robbie, we're gonna jump into a break. I appreciate you calling in, my man.
Have a good one, man.
Yeah, man. We'll talk soon. Great stuff. 843-790-3377. Some interesting comments while we were on that call, Robbie. One specifically from Justin Gant that I want to jump into after the break. And I'm going to get in that ass. So don't go anywhere, Justin. No, I'm kidding. We're going to beauties in the banter. I appreciate Justin's comment. But something I want to discuss. Austin Greer says, when we get in TSUS verified on Twitter and Instagram, I feel like Twitter is easier. Bro, I've tried to do it before. It's I don't know. It just hadn't happened. I don't know what the deal is. It's their process, something weird. Again, guys, I want to continue to hear from you. 843-790-3377 here on this Wednesday, this hump day. Again, guys, if you're in the city, come out to Tin Roof tonight. Going to be a really, really good time. We'll be taking your questions, comments, calls via the Big Cock Club. Sign up today, patreon.com/Big Cock Club, or go to the link in bio on our social media channels. You can sign up there if you do want to catch the live stream. If not, just come on out. We're in the Vista, Tin Roof, $3 drafts, $3 rumple. You already know the drill. Going to be one hell of a time. Yeah. And you never know. Things get kind of weird on Wednesdays. So, you never know what might happen. You never know what might happen. Folks, more of your questions, your comments, your calls, and more on the other side of the break. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, guys, we're back. 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. Just trying to get this clip up real quick. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Wednesday thus far. Fantastic hump day, if you will. Taking your questions, your comments, and your calls. 843.
Hey, folks.
Ooh. 843-790-3377. Sorry about that. 843-790-3377. So we got a couple texts here. Alex here. All around terrible basketball last night. Still silly turnovers made it look so hard to score. Seems as if no one can make a shot, and it looks like we pray for a foul. We drive to the basket. I'm trying to figure out the issue here. These guys want to play for Frank Martin? Remind me of Coach Boone. We look like we play desperate. Again, there's a disconnect. There's a disconnect. No matter what you say, no matter how you feel, and I've seen some tweets on social media. Do people understand that if we move on from Frank, we move on from Devin Carter, Wright, Gray? Bro, Josh Gray can walk, by the way. By all means, go ahead. Josh Gray can walk. Doesn't bother me in the slightest. There's always going to be a reason why you shouldn't move on. Does that stop you from making the right decision? The right decision is always the tough decision. The right decision is the tough decision more often than not. I want to get back to this comment, okay? Switching gears, talking baseball. I want to get back to this comment. Jonathan Lee, no new news on the welcome home, by the way. Just there's been speculation, but nothing concrete. I want to get to this comment, though. Okay. Justin Gant says, man, 3 months from now, we'll be talking about firing the baseball coach. The past few years, the baseball program has been getting worse and worse and not making any strides as getting back to a championship. At what point do we call for Kingston to be called to get fired? I'm so ready for new blood in the coaching staff. Okay, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Because, well, I guess we'll jump to the phone lines first.
Call from.
Brian Miller.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
What's going on, my man? How are you? Hello?
Hello, I can hear you.
Yeah, what's up, man?
How you been?
I'm doing well, man. What's up?
Well, I just heard the rumors about Frank Martin that what happened last night of the basketball game. It makes no equally sense that people are just going crazy that he wants to get fired by Frank Martin.
Yeah, when you lose the amount of games we've lost, yeah, people are going to be pretty pissed. So it's been 10 years, man. I don't blame people wanting to change at this point. I think that's a pretty reasonable take to say it's time to move on. So
It's like book expensive taste, like
say that again.
it's like broke expensive taste.
Yeah, I mean it's just time to move on, man. It's last night. Yeah, I think I think last night broke a lot of people for sure. So I mean, it's going to be a rough ride the rest of the way. That's how I see it. So
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know that people are just going on an emotional roller coaster after all of this season that he put. Like after last year, Will Muschamp was making us feel bad that the football season was making it worse. But thank God they got fired. But Frank Martin needs to be fired. Like it's been 10 years, so he needs to get out and to get go. He needs to. I agree with Robert Davis on the phone on the show. So yeah, I agree with him.
yeah. No, yeah, again, it's just like you said, it's been 10 years. Need new blood in the program. Yeah, need a shot in the arm, new start. You in my opinion, you accomplished nothing bringing him back. you accomplish nothing bringing them back. And I know a lot of people, are commenting and have been asking me, who's a list of some coaches you think? Listen, I haven't sat down and made a list of coaches South Carolina should hire. I don't know. I'll say the same thing I said about football, though. Somebody young, energetic, who's going to go bust their ass in recruiting, especially in the state of South Carolina, because we have been getting crushed in in-state recruiting. And I know it's hard to recruit here, but God, I mean, we got to do better than we've been doing. We can't do any worse than we've done in in-state recruiting. And also somebody who's offensive-minded. You're not going to win games 65-60. It's just everything's offense. And also I'd probably say not a disciplinarian. I know there's some old heads in the chat, which shout out to all the old heads. Love y'all. But these old school coaches, they're a dying breed for a reason. That doesn't work anymore. That doesn't work with today's athletes. You can say the players and the athletes are snowflakes and they're soft. And back in my day, well, it's not your day anymore. This is a new day. It's not back in your day anymore. Bobby Knights don't exist for a reason. So go get somebody that's young, energetic, that's a player's coach. Go get a Shane Beamer. Will Muschamps don't work. Go get a Shane Beamer when it comes to basketball.
True. Muschamps works, but we need to get Beamer on the dot to be a basketball coach. If he made a coach as the basketball coach, it will be amazing for the men's basketball program and even baseball. I'm ready for baseball. Yeah, it's gonna be an open day. We got months and days away. Yeah, I'm just looking forward to have it.
No, for sure,
and
dude.
I don't have a problem with Mark Cakeson. He's a great baseball in the South.
Yeah, no, I'm a huge fan of Kingston, man. I'm about to get into that point here in just a second, man. I appreciate the call. Very good insight from you, my man. Call at any time. Appreciate it. 843-790-3377. I will say this, by the way. When you call into this show, go listen back to your call on like the YouTube video or the replay. Yeah, some of you, let's switch the phone carrier. Maybe get to Verizon, AT&T, whatever. Either way, appreciate the call. We just want to make sure everybody can hear you. Some people who are the commenters, if you will, can't hear. All right, so I want to get back to this and he's not the only one either, but what Justin Gant said about the baseball team and the baseball program and fire Kingston, the program's on the decline. Help me understand that. Help me understand that the program is on the decline. I understand we weren't ranked in the preseason top 25 by D1 baseball. I totally get it. And I respect those D1 baseball guys. Got nothing but respect for them. I'll probably have Kendall Rogers and Aaron Fitt on the show at some point before the season gets going. I'd love to. Love their insight. Guys are extremely knowledgeable. But this is what Mark Kingston's done since he got to Carolina. And again, here's my thing. The beautiful thing about baseball, again, it's black and white. There's no gray area. He's either going to win and remain the head coach, or he's not. And at Carolina, if you don't win, you'll get out. At Carolina, if you don't win, you'll get out. Okay? But here's what Kingston's done. 2018, they were a game away from Omaha. 2019, miserable year. Call it for what it is. 2020, the season didn't happen, and I think that team was poised to go to the postseason. But 2020, COVID, the season didn't happen. And then last year, however it happened, you hosted a regional. You went 16-14 in SEC play. I understand you got booted out of your own regional, but you hosted a regional. How on God's green earth is that means for termination to this point? I mean, listen, if South Carolina misses the postseason this year, I'm not going to tell anybody they're ridiculous for saying fire Mark Kingston. If that's the side you want to go on, that's fine. But to say it right now, Justin Gant, to say the program is like in some weird way on the decline, I don't see that. And I think what that comes from is probably people like Justin Gant have 2010 to 2012 expectations for every year. They think we should be in Omaha every single year. And listen, I'm not saying that shouldn't be the goal, because it should be. Going to Omaha should be the goal. Omaha is not just something we stitch on our hats. We go there and we win. Bottom line. Here's my year in, year out expectations for Carolina baseball. And I love Carolina baseball, and I want to make it very clear. I love Carolina baseball more than I like Mark Kingston. So if I thought Mark Kingston was bad for the program, I would not hold back. But in baseball, at least for me, in baseball, the year in, year out expectations are this. You got to go to the postseason every year. I don't disagree with that. Bottom line, you got to make the postseason every year. So 2019, you fell short, far short of your goals. You also look at that season, Carmen Mlodzinski broke his foot. You had to throw out a bunch of freshmen on the weekends, and that season was doomed from the jump. It really was. I'm not trying to make excuses, but you lose your ace and lose other guys to injury. It's just, you're going to have a rough go at it, guys. You just are. I mean, I don't know what you wanted them to do in that year. Either way, though, my expectations for South Carolina baseball, make the postseason every single year and give yourself an opportunity to advance beyond that, okay? Obviously, at South Carolina, you want to host more often than not. You'd like to host more often than not. But, again, I understand fans became accustomed to, 10, we hosted, won the College World Series, won the national title. 11, same thing. 12, we made it all the way to the final. 13, we made it all the way to the Supers. Game away 14, we're in the Supers. I understand. And I can tell you this, to Justin Gant and everybody else, nobody wants to be there worse than me. Trust me. I want to be there as badly as any fan out there. It is my dream to be doing the Daily Crow or the Spurs Up Show live in front of TD Ameritrade. Trust me. Trust me. And again, Justin Gant, you're bringing up record. Dude. Okay, 19 was a terrible year. 2020 didn't even happen. Justin, stats are for losers. So, I mean, you're bringing up the winning percentage. I'm bringing up postseasons. I mean, I don't know. I just, again, I'm sorry, but it's weird to me to be called, the fact people are calling, and I'm sure Justin Gant's going to be the same guy, the same fucking slapdick that weekend after weekend, we lose game one, fire the coach. Then we win the next two, they're nowhere to be found. Like, just let it play out. Just let it play out. Stop making yourself look stupid. Because we went 2-8 in game ones last year. And it was Taylor's oldest time every weekend. We lose game one, fire Kingston. We win the next two, those people are nowhere to be found until the next weekend, when the same thing would happen. If you were to fire Kingston right now, bro, good luck hiring another coach. Good luck hiring another coach. Like, to insinuate we had like a bad year last year is insanity. We didn't. We did not have a bad year. We were a couple sticks away from being a legitimate Omaha team. Really, truly. I just, the people that are so on, and again, I'm not more loyal to Kingston than I'm Carolina baseball, but what happens when this team goes and wins 40 games? Goes 17-13 in conference play. Then what? Is it still fire Kingston? I mean, you're setting yourself up like a damn idiot. Bottom line, you're setting yourself up to look stupid. I'm just saying, man, like, where people get messed up is they're expecting us to go to Omaha every year. Everybody wants to go. Everybody does. And I mean that as far as our fan base. And guess what? Every other team wants to go. Every other team wants to go too. There's only 8 that make it. So, hey, listen, if South Carolina misses the postseason this year, that's an issue. That's a big problem. That's a big problem. That is a huge problem. I think this team is actually primed for a solid season. I mean, I'm not dropping predictions yet, but I like this team. I like this team overall. You've got a hell of a 1-2 punch in Sanders and Bosnick. They're going to give you a chance to win every single weekend. Justin Gann, at what point do we let the program be mediocre? The program's not mediocre, though. Again, I don't really, Justin, even know what point you're trying to make. I don't understand. You're insinuating, I feel like, that the program is mediocre right now, and it's not. It's not. Carolina baseball is still Carolina baseball. I think what the main issue is, and why people like Justin Gann exist, and why people, and again, your opinion, the beauty's in the banter. I appreciate it. I appreciate you firing me up a little bit, because I'd rather talk about this than talk about basketball. The problem is our fans are Omaha deprived, right? We got used to it. Going 3 straight years. I get it. We haven't been since. We haven't been in a decade. We need to go to Omaha soon. I get it. I totally get it. But,
Call
start
from
with the phone lines.
Luke RJ.
Luke RJ, what's up, man? How are you?
I'm good. What's up, Chris?
Not much, man. Just hanging out. What's going on?
So I wanted to call in and talk about a few things that aren't being talked about, especially about Frank Martin.
Okay.
I don't think, it has anything to do with South Carolina basketball and our history and everything and recruiting. I just think, you look at Frank Martin's social media presence. He rarely tweets at all. And he on Instagram, he has like one post, and I think, if you look at like Shane Beamer and what he's doing, he was the number one, football coach on Twitter for reactions and everything. And, he's getting a lot of good recruits and stuff. And I just think, these athletes want to be, they want interactions. They want followers. They want people. They want the coaches that are engaged on social media and stuff. And I just think that's a big deal nowadays. And if a coach is not doing that, they're not really, what do you think?
I mean, I'll say this. Whenever you're not winning, we nitpick everything. So, if we were winning, nobody would care that Frank Martin isn't using Twitter. You know what I mean? Let's call it for what it is. But I don't disagree with you. I mean, it's not wise to not use that tool when it's such a powerful tool in this day and age. So, I'd prefer to have a coach that's active on social media and that engages with people and what have you. But, again, when you're losing games, you nitpick everything. I mean, why we need a new coach is far beyond Frank Martin's Twitter, Instagram presence. But, again, you talk about relating to kids and, Frank Martin, the only time I feel like he's really active on Twitter is when he's trying to slam South Carolina fans for talking crap. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I'd like to see the next coach be a little bit more like Beamer, be active, engaging. It just helps. You know what I mean? It just helps. So fans want a coach they feel like they can relate with and really rally around and talk with. And Frank Martin just comes off as a stoic dickhead. I mean, really, he really does. And that's fine. You can be that guy, but you better win games. It's very hard. When you're winning, people are all cool with that his style and his demeanor and the way he interacts with players. When you're not winning, folks do not like that. They don't like it. So, again, when you're not winning games, we nitpick, but, it's just one of the many things that make up Frank Martin. And listen, again, it's time to move on. One of the reasons, because Frank Martin's a guy, good basketball coach, knows the game, but he's not changing. He's not evolving. He is who he is. You listen to his pressers. He is who he is. He's saying the same things today he said 5 years ago. He is who he is, and that's okay. But it's time to move on.
Yeah, so, I mean, you have to be able to coach. You have to be able to know the game and, who to put in the game and who to play and, all that stuff. But, the social media thing may be the next blueprint for, what makes a good coach in recruiting, I think, possibly.
I mean, it certainly helps, my man. It certainly helps. No doubt it helps. No doubt it helps. I don't think it's, got to be a requirement to get the job. But again, if you're a coach and you're not using it to your advantage, you're just leaving, you're leaving something on the table. You're leaving something on the table. So, yeah, I'd like to see the next coach be a little more active. It's just you're selling yourself. You're selling your program. Everybody's on social media. It only helps. I think it only helps for sure. So.
Yeah, so is this situation like a fire Frank during the season and getting the recruiting or the process started for finding a new coach, or do we let him finish the season and appreciate what he did and all that
I don't really know if I don't know that firing basketball coaches mid-season is common practice. I really just don't know. And I don't know that there's really a benefit to it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know there's really a benefit. So I got no issue if they want to ride it out through the rest of the year. I mean, there's a lot of season left. There's a lot of season left. But, yeah, I don't know if it really benefits you to make the move early. So.
Okay. And then about baseball, you were saying yesterday about fans after one series or something, they see a couple bad games and they think, oh, the team's terrible, the program not where it should be. And a lot of times I think that's because people are busy, man. They don't have time to watch every single baseball game, and there's 60 or however many games there are, and so they tune in to one series and the team doesn't play well, and or they don't see other players that have good games in certain moments, and then they trash them. But you just gotta be able to pay attention to what everybody's doing and throughout the whole season to make a good judgment of the team, I think.
Yeah, I mean, again, you just have to keep in mind that in baseball you're going to have a bad night. You're going to have a bad weekend. It's just inevitable. I mean, even the best do. Success in baseball is 3 out of 10. So that means 7 times you're going to fail. It's a game of failure. So people just have to keep that in mind. And again, you lose one game in a weekend series, it's not the season. Season's not over. Weekend's not over. You know what I mean? So as long as you win 2 out of 3, you had a good weekend. So, yeah, I mean, listen, I love Carolina baseball fans. Extremely passionate. There's some very interesting Carolina baseball fans. I think certainly though I saw that a lot last year. You're basically trying to talk people off a ledge, but it's a long season. And one of my favorite quotes about the game of baseball, I forget exactly who said it, but you're going to win a third of the games you play. You're going to lose a third of the games you play. It's what you do with the other third. So you're inevitably going to lose a third of the games you play. What do you do with that other third? So baseball's a hard game, man. That's why it happens. Luke, I appreciate the call, my friend. Really, really good stuff from Luke RJ, as always. 843-790-3377. I know we missed a call from, I think, a York, South Carolina number. So if you want to call back in, and I see Air Josiah, the slapdick, is back in the comments, just starting things up again. Keith says, who do you see as the midweek starter? Great question, Keith. I think there's a lot of options. Brett Thomas, C.J. Wines, Josiah Seitler, John Gilreath, some of the new guys, Michael Esposito, Noah Hall, I think certainly could qualify for that role. So you got plenty of options. Over the next few weeks is when those roles will be defined. And I don't think it'll just be one guy. I think they'll try different guys.
John.
So, John, what's up, man? How are you?
You know my thoughts about Frank.
Yeah, I know you're a big Fire Frank Martin guy now.
Yeah, I ain't got a chance to say, but I was telling, I watched a little bit of the game last night. I still had it on my pad that I got for Christmas or whatever. I was telling my dad we watched the beginning of the game together, and I told him, I've got the same kind of, the same feeling with Frank Martin right now, like it's time for Frank to go, that I had with Will Muschamp last year.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
it's the same thing. And, like, I was keeping up with it. Like you said, we were up by, 7 at halftime?
Right. Mm-hmm.
But then, like I said, it's like, yeah, you're up by 7, yay. But it's like, what's going to go wrong? And it ended up going wrong big time. And, like, I think it was one point, I think I could be wrong. I think it was like 10 minutes into the second half last night. I looked at the box score, like, on the website. We had 3 points in the second half, like 10 minutes to go in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that is just like an issue, and I don't know what happened. And when he's like, I didn't even know Couisnard and Wilson didn't even play last night until someone said something about, they asked about Frank, they asked Frank about it after the game last night, and I didn't even know those two didn't even play until someone said something. And then he said, oh, it's like something I've done. I've always sat players, if they're not mentally, into it, they got to be mentally there to help us. And I'm like, I don't recall you ever doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And just, I don't know if that's like, I don't know if it's an indictment on Frank or if it's an indictment on Jermaine and AJ Wilson. But like, if you're not mentally there, then you got problems.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's just, like I said, I'll watch the Georgia game on Saturday, but it's just be like, and like maybe I'm a bad fan for saying this, and then I'll jump off, but I'm not gonna be totally upset, fan-wise. Like I know the players are gonna go out and try to win as many games as they can the rest of the year, but I'm not gonna be totally upset, me personally, if you don't win another game the rest of the year, because that's what I was telling my parents last night, actually. Like, that's the same thing that happened with Muschamp last year. I'm like, the only way we're going to get rid of him is if, you lose and you lose badly, and they lost badly to Ole Miss, and it happened. And the only way you're going to get rid of Frank is if you lose. So I'm not going to be, that's just me. I'm not going to be totally upset if we don't win another game, because that's the only way a change is going to be made. I'm me and a bad fan for saying that, but I feel like that's the only way a change is going to be made if you lose.
There you go, John. I appreciate your insight and your perspective, man.
Yeah.
Very, very, very well said. Very well done.
No problem.
Yeah, appreciate it, John. Hey, listen, whether you agree, disagree, what have you, fans calling in and being honest, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So again, I don't think by any means you pull for them to lose. But John with a very harsh, real take. I mean, that's where Carolina fans are right now. At least some. Guys. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Again, we are taking your questions, your comments, and your calls as well here on this Wednesday, June the 19th, 2022. Want to continue to hear from you. More of your questions, comments, calls, and more on the other side of the break. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, guys, we're back. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. I want to go back to something really quickly that Justin Gant said. And Justin Gant, I got a little fired up, but I want to say this. I love that Carolina baseball fans have high expectations. Love it. Embrace it. Pressure's a privilege, right? Love it. Pressure makes diamonds. I guess I just wonder where the vitriol for Kingston comes from specifically. Are fans more just irritated because we haven't been to Omaha in a while? Are fans irritated because, like, where does it stem from? Where does it stem from? Because I understand I'm irritated we haven't been to Omaha in a decade either. But before the season even starts, are fans irritated because we're not ranked in the preseason? Like, what's the main source of irritation? Because, again, when you look at the postseasons, we've made the postseason. We have made the postseason. And again, it will play itself out of the field. You missed the postseason this year, hey, things will open up. But I guess I'm a little confused why so many fans have so much vitriol to Kingston. And again, I love Carolina baseball more than I like Mark Kingston. But, I mean, the dude's had 4 seasons. The dude's had 4 seasons, right? Really, you could say he's had 3. I mean, COVID doesn't count. 18, 19, and 21. He's had those 3 seasons. COVID got, canceled 2020. Was a game away from Omaha in the first season and, hosted a regional in the third. I mean, it's just, how can you, I don't know. We'll see what happens this year. But I know I kind of went in on Justin Gant, but it's like, I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. Let's see. Now, Eric, we don't know who Beamer's got yet. The welcome home came in this morning, so still waiting to kind of figure that out. Lovis C. Carroll is the rumor. I would assume it's another transfer portal guy. So let's see. Let's see. Air Josiah, which Clemson assistant coach was it? Air Josiah just is one of those dudes in the comments that loves to just say random. I don't know. Which one was it, Air Josiah? Because I'm unfamiliar with this. Ben Smith, we should be a super regional team every year. The Big Ten, other than Michigan, doesn't care about baseball. Ben Smith, where does the Big Ten inject into that conversation? And a super regional team every year. That's some high expectations, Ben. I mean, I don't know if, listen, Omaha should be the goal, but to tell a coach, if you don't make the supers every year, you're going to lose your job. Well, good luck finding a coach who wants to coach under that pressure, under the pressure cooker that is. I mean, that is, that's high. Those are astronomically high expectations. I'm not saying I dislike those expectations, but those are high expectations. Can we admit that? And Luke RJ, yeah, you got to bring runners in when they're in scoring position, man. No doubt. You got to improve on that. Bottom line, you got to improve on that. Yeah. So. Austin Greer. Yeah, I was at Brent Venables' lake house last weekend. Well, he's Oklahoma coach now, so I mean, cool. I'll go chill at the lake house with Coach Venables. Why not? Hey, I'm not in the business of blocking blessings, man. I'll go hang out at the lake house. Why not? Violent Gamer, not sure who the welcome home is. Not 110% sure. Courtney Washington says, "Yo, Chris, the reason I wanted to see Frank come back this season, because there's no COVID pause. I wanted to see it in a full season, no excuses." Yeah, Courtney, I'm not upset that Martin got the opportunity to come back because I think everyone deserves a shot at redemption. I think everyone deserves a shot at redemption. And so I'm glad he got to come back. I am. I'm glad he got to come back, but it's played out. It's ran its course. Ben Smith says the only conferences that actually care about baseball and are any good consistently are the ACC and the SEC. I mean, I hear what you're saying, Ben, but I think you'd be foolish to label baseball in that way where it's like, oh, there's 2 good conferences and nobody else is good. Like, there's a lot of good baseball teams, Ben. There's a lot of good baseball players. There's a reason why teams lose on the midweek, and a team like South Florida can beat a Florida, or a team like Wright State can beat a Vanderbilt. Like, we know, Ben, baseball is unlike any other sport in the sense there's more parity in baseball than any other sport in existence, and that to me is what makes college baseball so great. So yeah, I mean, the ACC and the SEC, obviously, cream of the crop. They're at the top of the food chain, no doubt, but there's a lot of good West Coast teams. You got your East Carolinas. Like, there's good conferences outside of the ACC and the SEC. I think that's a very that take from you, Ben. I understand why you would say it, but it's a very elitist conference fan take. Like, nobody's as good as us. Like, bro, Conference USA has good baseball, right? Like, there's conferences outside of the SEC and ACC that played really good baseball, really good baseball. How about the Long Beach States of the world? How about the Cal State Irvines of the world? How about the Cal State Fullertons of the world? So, yeah. Austin Greer, Hickey. You're talking about Hickey, right? I think Hickey was his name. I don't know if he's back or not. He might be. Let's see. Nathan Hickey, yeah. Yeah, Nathan Hickey, the guy that grabbed his junk rounding third. Yeah, the guy that grabbed his junk rounding third. Yeah, Nathan Hickey. Is he back? I don't know. I'd have to check. Let's see. Nathan Hickey. Yeah. No, yeah, he's there. He's there for sure. Yeah. Actually, no, hold on. No, never mind. He was a 5th-round draft pick in the 2021 draft. So, no, he's not there. Which, how does that make any sense? He was draft eligible after 2 years? I don't know. That didn't make any sense. Maybe because his age. I don't know. Nah, Hickey was a pickup. Phil, what's going on, my guy? Yeah, Tyrell Campbell. What about Coastal? Yeah. Luke RJ, Rice, and UC Irvine used to be powerhouses. Yeah. Yeah, man. Dude, Cal State Fullerton used to be that team, dude. Used to be that one of those teams. I mean, they're still good. They're still good, but they used to really be something. Air Josiah, Brent Venables. Yeah. Oh, Seafield eats crayons. See, Air Josiah, you can't use my own jokes on me. You got to come up with something different. See, that's a mouth breather tactic. That's a crayon eating tactic. Air Josiah just exposing himself in the comments. That is a mouth breathing, crayon eating tactic to just come up with your own material, my guy. Come up with your own material. I'd respect you a lot more if you did. We got a text here. South Carolina basketball team continues to struggle. At some point, you got to pull the plug. Enough is enough. I hear you. Phil, weather report from New Hampshire, 41 degrees and partly cloudy. Phil, it's pretty damn cold here. It's pretty damn cold. Pretty damn cold. Let's see. Yeah, it's pretty damn cold. Apparently, we might get snow on Friday. I don't freaking know, man. Who knows? I'm ready for warm weather. We're going to get rain tomorrow. It's a high of 36 on Friday with a wintry mix. Sounds terrible. The high today is what? Well, 62. That's not bad. 62. Okay. I'm complaining about our weather. Ben Smith says, Monty Lee's a choke artist. I'd rather have Kingston or him. Yeah, I think Monty, it's just a matter of time before he's out. Yeah. Rakeem Sprinkle, Rattler, over 3,000 yards this season. I'd say over. Yeah, I think over. Derek Geddes, if Kingston doesn't make it to Omaha in 3 years, should Carolina look to replace him? You know, it's there's going to be a lot of moving pieces. You got to take it year by year. But, Derek, I think that'll be fair. You know, I mean, that's the big kicker, right, Derek? Fans need to see us get back to Omaha, or at least get damn close. You know, we talked about it after last season. What were the expectations for Kingston this year? You know, I think going to the Supers, you need to go to the Supers. You know, fans want to see progress for sure. I get it, man. I get it. South Carolina, I mean, there's no excuse why the Gamecocks shouldn't be a top 25 team in the preseason every single year. There's no excuse why the Gamecocks shouldn't be hosting a regional damn near every single year. So I get it. I get it. I get it. But I'm just saying that, look, I thought we had a solid year last year. Was it a great year? No, it was a good year. It wasn't a great year. It was a good year. It was a good year. 16-14 in SEC. No matter how it happened, you hosted a regional. I mean, you didn't have a bad year. I mean, would anybody argue you had a bad year? And I think Kingston and company addressed what they needed to address in regards to, they went out and got some new assistant coaches. They got guys to help with the plate. They got guys at the transfer portal that are going to play immediately, that are going to start. So, you know, we'll see how it pans out this year. We'll see how it pans out this year. So, but I don't think I know D1 baseball didn't rank us in the preseason top 25, but who gives a shit? I mean, I respect what Kendall Rogers and Fit do, but they're not the baseball gods. They're not the end all be all. So and when I get them on the show, I will very gladly and happily ask them, why didn't you have us ranked? Or why don't you have us ranked? You know, I'd love to know their thoughts on our team. And I know why. I know why. It's because, you lose basically your entire weekend rotation. You lose a lot of big bashers, most notably Clark and Brady Allen. So, yeah. We got question marks. A lot of other teams do as well. Let's see. Air Josiah, you still got to come up with new material, man. Saying that what I chew on bricks, bro. You gotta come up with new material, my guy, bro. Shout out my dentist. My teeth are great. So never had any braces either. So Air Josiah violently typing away on his keyboard with probably got Cheeto dust on his stomach. Whatever. I love it. I love it. Honestly, it's great. I mean, let's think about it. Think about it. Nobody gets to do something like I do, where it's like, can you imagine if you were at your work and you had somebody like chirping you while you were doing it? You're at your desk in front of your computer doing whatever you're doing, taking calls from random slapdicks, and you got some guy chirping you while it's going on. Can you even imagine that? You're cutting grass or you're doing whatever. You're getting chirped. I don't know. Anyways, guys. Phil just interviewed the CEO for the Free Jacks this morning. Attaboy. Phil's making moves, man. Next episode dropping on Tuesday. Love it. Yeah, guys, baseball content will continue to roll tomorrow. We'll talk Gamecocks relievers, which will be a lot of fun because that's a huge question mark. That's a huge question mark for this team. The relievers, what does that look like? And you lose guys like Danny Lloyd and Brett Carey and a few others. Going to be Andy Peters is gone. So going to be very interesting to see how that group bounces back, who steps up for you, who fills those roles. And I tell you what, not to spoil tomorrow's podcast, but just speaking on, I think you're going to have some guys step up that have been with this program for a while that haven't played a major role. The Parker Coins of the world, the Cam Tringalis, the Wesley Sweats. You're going to need those guys to pitch, man. You're going to have them pitch at some point. I don't think you're going to be able to go through a season and Cam Tringali have one appearance or anything like that. Those guys are going to have to pitch, bottom line. So, Aaron Thompson, I missed the baseball talk today. Hey, Aaron, we can talk baseball right now if you want. Whatever you like. Talk baseball, basketball, football, whatever it is. 843-790-3377. You're more than welcome to call in. More than welcome to comment. Whatever you like. Whatever you like. We can discuss it. Break it all down. So, baseball content, baseball talk never ends. So, baseball content never ends. John Gibbs. Yeah, John Gilreath needs to have a year. John Gilreath does need to have a year. So, let's see. Yeah, again, guys, appreciate you all today. Like I said, new merch has hit the store. New merch has hit the store. Our Gilly merch, I'll be pushing that on social media. New merch, I'll be pushing it on social media. TSUS.store. We're also probably going to be running a discount going into opening day. So, Robbie Davis texts in, Chris, hope you have a great rest of your day. Yes, Robbie, I will be at Tin Roof. Yes, thank you, Robbie. We got to get Robbie out to Tin Roof one day. Luke RJ says defense needs to play well in baseball with Scott Wingo. Hate to see routine ground balls not get fielded cleanly. Yeah, I mean, you got to have great defense to win. I think we'll be solid defensively for sure. I think we got a lot of speed in the outfield. Braswell taking over most likely at short. That'll be a big question, but I like the kid a lot. You know, I've actually got to talk to Scott Wingo in person. And, yeah, Scott's really high on Braswell. And, yeah, I think defensively, let me put it this way. Defensively is not something I'm necessarily worried about. Like, I think we'll be pretty solid defensively. I do. So, I think we will be solid defensively. Again, guys, 5 to 7 tonight at Tin Roof. $3 drafts, $3 Rumple shots. Wednesdays always get pretty rowdy. So definitely come on out. Tin Roof in the Vista. Phil Harris says, everyone that's sick of men's basketball underperforming, stop going to games entirely. Swift your focus to women's basketball. Go to those games. Eventually, this will be a business decision for the university. So, Phil, let me ask you a question then, Phil. And I respect your opinion. I definitely respect what you're saying. Should I stop going to the games? Should TSUS boycott going to men's basketball games? Yay or nay? What do you think? Should TSUS boycott going to men's basketball games? Just no more, because I've got season tickets. Should I just say, you know what? To hell with it. I'll give them away to every game. I'm not going anymore. And that's not a rhetorical question. I would actually like to hear from you guys. How about this? 6 Gamecocks named finalists for the South Carolina Football Hall of Fame. Brad Edwards, Marcus Lattimore, Joe Morrison, Sidney Rice, Rick Sanford, and Connor Shaw. What a list. What a list of guys. Good Lord. Anyways, yeah, I'd be curious. What do you think? I wonder what the reaction would be. I enjoy going. I enjoy going. I don't know. I've got the tickets. And it doesn't matter, man. I tell you this. I have perspective, man. We could lose every game, but I'm still blessed to be doing what I'm doing. Yeah, it's a blessing to do what I do. But I get what you're saying, Phil, in the sense of I get what you're saying in the sense of if you really want to make a difference, hit them where it hurts, which is their pockets. Hit them where it hurts, which is their pockets. Absolutely. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. I wonder when D1 baseball, by the way, will drop. They do like conference. They'll do like conference previews. I mean, we still got 30 days, but I wonder when they'll do that. John Gibbs says, let's see. Keep going to men's basketball. Want to keep seeing the Behind the Beak episodes. Yeah, Luke, I got to get a new freaking charger for my my GoPro. I have somehow misplaced my charger, and it is really irritating me. So I got to get a new charger. Behind the Beak is returning soon, though. I promise you. I promise you. And I'll tell you this, Courtney. Courtney says, we can't do the kids like that. It kills recruiting. Again, guys, I'm going to go to every game. But the attendance already sucks. So the attendance is already bad. I'm sure that hasn't helped recruiting. John Gibbs says, I think offense feeds off of defense in baseball. With that being said, it's easy to play defense when you're up by 5 runs or more. Bottom line is pitching will make or break us. You can hit bombs and score runs, but if you turn around and give them back, what did you do? Pitching's got to be there. Indeed. I mean, you got to have great pitching to win, especially when you get in the postseason, but you got to have productive hitters also. We had the pitching last year. We had the pitching. So it's going to come down to us being more productive at the plate. More productive at the plate, no doubt. And you're going to have the 1-2 punch this year against Sanders and Bosnick. But, hey, sometimes our hitters are going to have to pick them up. They're going to pick our hitters up. Our hitters are going to have to pick them up. Right? There's going to be a Friday night where Will Sanders isn't really feeling it, and you're going to score 5 or 6 runs to win. You're just going to have to. You're just going to have to, bottom line. So, going to have to. And again, guys, we're taking your questions, your comments, your calls. We're live tonight at Tin Roof, 5 to 7. Keith says, who replaces Wes's power? Good question. I don't know, Keith, that there's going to be one guy like that this year. I don't know that I don't think you're going to have another Wes Clark. I don't think you will. I don't think you'll have another Wes Clark, but that's okay. You can survive without a Wes Clark. Again, it's all about being more productive. You don't have to lose the power necessarily, but the thing that killed you was you weren't productive enough. You were home run or bust. So I think you're going to see that mindset change. I think you're going to see more of an approach of gap to gap, drive the baseball. The home runs are going to come, man. We got big, strong guys. We play in a park that's favorable to hitters. The home runs are going to come, but got to be more productive. Guys in scoring position, got to get them in, right? Make life hell on pitchers. Make life hell on pitchers. We're going to take one final break, guys. I want to continue to hear from you, though. Your questions, your comments, your calls, and more on the side. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, what's up, guys? We're back. 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. Taking your questions, your comments, and your calls as well here on a Wednesday, hump day, January the 19th, 2022. Let's see. I want to get to a question from A-Raj. A little bit of off the wall, but a good question nonetheless. Let's see. A-Raj says, Chris, what's your favorite thing you've ever written on your whiteboard? The pinned tweet of the TSUS shelf, if you will. The go-to whiteboard quote. And that's a thinker, too. Like, if I had to pin one thing, honestly, if I had to pin one thing, it'd probably be feels good to be good. Really. That'd probably be it. I feel like that applies in all situations. And it's honestly, win, lose, or draw, it feels good to be good, man. It feels good to be good. So that'd probably be it. Now, if we did it based on the season, great day to have a day is definitely another one. Yeah, great day to have a day is certainly, that was the other one I thought about. Feels good to be good and great day to have a day would be awesome. Yeah. I thought about maybe like TSUS the moon or what, but no, those are certainly it. Either great day to have a day or feels good to be good, but it'd be one of those two. Because again, those apply 365 days a year, 24/7, 365. So Derek Geddes says, if Beamer goes 9-3, should South Carolina consider a contract extension? Let's maybe hold off on extensions till like year 4. Let's just, there's no rush. There's no rush to extend a coach, right? I mean, I love Shane Beamer. I mean, obviously, huge Beamer guy per sources, huge Beamer guy. Let's let it play out. We've been burned by an extension once before. Let's just let it play out. Okay. I mean, I get where your head's at, Derek. Let's just let it play out. So, Luke RJ says, are you sure Stone Blanton won't play this year? Christian Walker started as a freshman. What position does he play? Luke RJ, the reason that Stone Blanton won't play is because he is playing his senior year in high school, Luke. He won't even be enrolled or on campus until late this summer. So Stone Blanton, no matter how good he is in high school. He's not playing for South Carolina this year. He's not even on the roster. So Phil says, let's get to 7 wins first. Lord help us. Yeah, I mean, this is nobody wants to think about this. And it certainly wasn't to the level, I think, that Beamer has the fan base now. But I remember at a time when fans loved Will Muschamp, would have went to bat for Will Muschamp, loved the guy. And so things can change. I'm not trying to put negative juju out there or say they're going to. I'm just saying handing out extensions in year 2, I think, is a bad idea. Again, there's no shame. There's no shame in just letting it play out. There's no shame. Again, there's no rush. There's no rush at all. So, Luke RJ texts in, I have an idea for a competition for your followers. Someone make a dance or TikTok to the Daily Crow break music, and the best one gets shared on your page. I know people love that music. That sounds hysterical. And, I don't know if people know this. I'm not trying to throw her under the bus or anything or put her on blast. A-Raj, big TikTok girl. So maybe A-Raj can make a TikTok to the break music. I don't know. Maybe somebody out there can do it. The TSUS challenge. Maybe so. I know. That sounds kind of funny to me. So the TSUS challenge. Best video gets free merch or something. A-Raj is an aspiring TikTok influencer. Hasn't gotten there quite yet, but aspiring. Aspiring is the key word. Again, guys, I want to continue to hear from you, your questions, your comments, and your calls. Let's see. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Just 10 minutes to go 10 minutes to go here on a Wednesday. Let's see. Oh, wow. I got mail outside on my front porch and didn't even freaking realize it. A-Rod is going to jerk too hard and twist my ankle again. Dusty Rhodes says, add me on TikTok at Dusty Rhodes. I don't know. I think A-Rod might want to remain anonymous. I don't know. A-Rod is the queen of, she makes a bunch of TikToks, but just leaves them in the drafts. They're just not, they're not quite ready for the public, I think. Keith says, if Beamer goes 7 wins and 8 with a bowl win, people will be begging for a lifetime contract. Again, Keith, I won't. Because, again, as much as I love Beamer ball to the moon. I want to see Beamer win the national championship here. But, again, there's no rush, and I just don't understand what you accomplish giving away an extension in year 2. I'm sorry. I don't understand what you accomplish. I mean, the dude's on a 5-year contract. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like he's on a year-to-year thing. Like, it's okay to wait. It's okay to wait. Year 3, people will tell you, year 3 is really where you see the trajectory of the program. Which way is it going to go, right? Year 3 is very important. So, again, there's no shame in waiting. There's no shame in waiting. By the way, something I want to point out, because I know I caught a lot of flack for our guy Stevie had a rough game last night. There's no way around it. And, of course, that's the TSUS athlete, which, by the way, Stevie still leads the team in scoring, which is very funny. But I understand, had a bad game. Here's what people don't get. They may not even realize this. The mantra shooter shoot for this year's team literally came from, like, the first couple of games, like, in our loss to Princeton. When I said in the postgame, I was like, the motto for this team is shoot or shoot, because we love to just pull the trigger. Whether we make them all or we miss them all, shoot or shoot. I mean, literally, shoot or shoot. That's what we do. So it's funny that, like, I wanted him on as a TSUS athlete before he, like, went on a hot streak and started scoring like crazy in the non-conference. Like, it's almost like it's supposed to be sort of a funny thing. Like, shoot or shoot, right? Whether you go 0 for 50 or 50 for 50, shooters are going to shoot. Sometimes shooters miss, but shooters be shooting. So, I don't know. I got kind of a laugh of people just so salty and upset. And listen, I'm not trying to defend, like, Stevie played a bad game. He would tell you the same exact thing. But I don't know if people really understood that. Either way, whatever. Either way. Our shooters do be missing. Our shooters do be missing, my guy. You are not wrong. You are not wrong. You are not wrong. You're not wrong. Phil says, bunch of amateurs. Sometimes some of our fans are so cringeworthy. I love how genuine Phil is and how honest. Phil just, he don't give a damn. Phil will call some of you out on your BS. He does not hold back. He does not hold back. And I respect it. Yeah, Brennan M in the Big Cock Club Discord. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. # shoot or shoot. That's it. And again, hey, here's the funny thing though. People still again want to get on me and all that. I would say this, guys, if you'd have told me, and let me double check now. I want to make sure I go to the stats and everything. Okay. I don't want to mislead you all. Yeah, guys, if you would have told me we would be at this point in the season and the TSUS athlete, the leading scorer for Gamecocks basketball, would be a TSUS athlete, I would have taken it. I don't care if he shot it 1,000 times. I would have taken it. Hell yeah. I mean, is it an indictment on our team? I'm not saying it's not, but dude, guess what? The leading scorer for South Carolina men's basketball is a TSUS athlete, and that, my friends, is called a success. That's a win. That's a win for business. So go buy the t-shirt. Shoot or shoot. Oh, God. Love that. Absolutely love that. Again, guys, this has been fun. Always is. Always is. It's been a really good time. Been a blast. Taking your questions, comments. By the way, guys, I want to highlight this because I actually just put in a custom or put in a made an order. So my store, guys, I don't know if you guys realize this. I have a lot of creative freedom in the sense like there are a lot of different. I can basically make any product you want. So if you ever see something, for example, I had somebody reach out to me and say, "Hey, love the QB1 shirt. Can you make it in a youth size? Can you make the QB1 shirt in a youth size?" I said, "What color?" She said, "Gray or black." Sure enough, my vendor had it available, was able to make that shirt in gray or black. So if there's something that you want, like you want the Beamer Ball or the QB1 or the Beamer Rattler or Yard Cox, anything, any of our merch, Clem Sucks, you want that on some different product, if you will, some different offering, just ask because we can probably do it. We can probably do it. So just let me know. Again, if there's anything you like on the store that it's not available, just ask and we might be able to do it. So yeah, just wanted to throw that out there. Again, I got a lot of creative freedom. It's awesome. Got a lot of creative freedom with my store and everything else. So Phil says, newsflash, gray is not in our color scheme. Phil, I'm going to start wearing gray every day for you. I'm going to start wearing gray. Yeah, just go all gray all the time. Gray. I mean, technically, Phil, on that Gamecock logo, that little spur is gray. Technically. Also, his I was about to say his paw. His claw is yellow, gold, whatever. So technically there's some gray there. Technically there's gray. And Phil, we use gray like other teams use black, right? There's a lot of teams that don't have black in their color scheme. Silver, gray, Phil, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's the same. What is the difference between silver and gray? Someone explain that. And Phil, would you rather see us rock silver baseball jerseys? Come on, you don't want to see that, Phil. Phil has a lot of great takes, but all of his baseball uniform takes are pretty bad. Those are pretty bad. Those are pretty bad. Phil's least favorite uniform are the Yankee grays in baseball, and it just love you, Phil. It's a horrendous take. Horrendously bad take. I would riot if they ever got rid of the Yankee gray uniforms. I would riot. Literally riot. I've literally got a Yankee gray uniform in my closet that's Justin Smoke. Like, I would riot if they got rid of them. You got to say it. Got to say it, Phil. Phil, awesome dude. Great Gamecock. Some bad uniform takes. It's okay, Phil. It's all right. We could just spend the entire Daily Crow. Phil says our color scheme is as follows: garnet and black. What about white, Phil? Should we not wear white either? How about white? What about white? Phil, what about white? Phil, if you go, do you not realize this, Phil? If you go to the website, the University of South Carolina's website, and you look at like the University of South Carolina colors, they have gray listed as one of our colors. You do understand that, correct? Does Phil know this? They have gray listed. Like they have the Pantones and the hex codes and all that good stuff. Gray is one of the colors. So the university recognizes it as a color that we use. Am I breaking news here? If I am, I didn't know that. I mean, to each their own, for sure, Phil. I love you. To each their own, but I think gray's part of what we do, man. Now, do I want to see gray football uniforms? Hell no. Hell no. Do I want to see gray basketball? No. But Yankee gray baseball, I'm cool with it. It's fine. I'll tell you this, though. Last thing before we get out of here. Phil, I will send you the link right after this. Last thing we get out of here, though. Phil has actually rubbed off on me in a negative way in the sense of, like, I've got gray shirts. If it's a baseball shirt, it's different. But I've got gray shirts that, like, are gray football shirts. And I feel like I don't like them as much because of Phil now. Because Phil is, I'm thinking to myself, I'm questioning, does this shirt actually look good? It's like, thanks a lot, Phil. Appreciate it. You ruined gray for me. On that note, we're out of here. Hey, appreciate you all tuning in, guys. Again, come on out to Tin Roof tonight, 5 to 7 if you're in the city in the Vista. $3 drafts, $3 Rumple. Also, if you want to tune in digitally, you can via the Big Cock Club. That's patreon.com/Big Cock Club. Or just click the link in our bio on social media, and you'll see the link to join the Big Cock Club. Also, guys, check out the podcast that dropped this morning, episode 580, and stay tuned to all the great content we got rolling as well. Content bleeding out the eyeballs. Guys, again, appreciate you all tuning in. See you at 10 Root tonight. Have a fantastic rest of your Wednesday, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.